What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
Begin the onslaught!
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
Coin. You got any coin? I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Stop staring. Stop staring at my face.
So hungry.
I'm no one. Don't look at me.
You looking for some excitement, honey? You came to the right place.
Stop staring. Stop staring at my face.
So hungry.
I got him. He's all squirmy, but he's a big fella. I knew you'd be good on your word. Nice doing business.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive? Vast holes carved from the stone of the mountain, lined with the chiseled marble figures of paragons, so fine as to mirror life itself. Soaring ceilings grand enough to make any man forget the sky and the sun, and to question the reason for their existence. I have heard of these things and more, but none prepared me for what I have seen here. It is marvelous.
I'll just get out of your way.
You're back. You got more business for me? Of course.
Back to buy something, I hope. I want that surface wealth coming back to us, Balin's ascension willing. Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change. Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to them. He has the legitimate claim, thanks to your failed grab. You abused the old ways, and now he has a chance to change them. I see where the gold is. It flows topside. Balin will guide us to adopt a new way. Of course, he can't come out and say that. You among them, I suppose, as though you or Harrowmont would have nothing to gain. How would I know? Nobody here is a paragon. The scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade. Your surface gold can come back any time.
My brother was supposed to have a proving today, but they're too far behind schedule.
I'll miss old King Endrin.
His darkspawn attacks have been really lightning.
Back so soon? The proving is not finished. What happened? May the ancestors guide your arm.
I hope they have a nug on the fire.
What do you want? Oh, I heard about you. The exiled prince, coming back as a Grey Warden. Put his past behind him. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Harrowmont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest. Branka's a paragon. Only one smart enough to be raised in the last 4 generations. She's a smith. Invented some kind of new coal that burns clean. It's been 2 years since she disappeared down the deep roads, and your boss never gave her a thought. I wonder, what does he think he can get from her now? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He looking to take it for himself? A little lost technology of the ancients to throw Balin right out of the picture? You are looking for it. Of course, that's all anyone cares about. Well, sod off and sod your mother too. I need a bleeding drink. You keep on your errands. Until your boss really commits to looking, you're getting nothing but smoke out of old Oghren. Sod off, Duster.
Like an ale.
I really shouldn't be talking this.
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. So I'm curious. You've been living on the surface, right? Does it function any worse than Orzammar for having abolished caste? You don't get far as the youngest and most outspoken member of the Assembly without keeping an ear to the stone. I heard the prince was back and had become a Grey Warden. It wasn't hard to pick you out. Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at tapsters. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the Assembly? I've always liked that one. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the Assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary. Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshas of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill. Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality. I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning. As you wish. I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun in Orzammar? I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning. As you wish.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you?
The deep roads aren't for the faint of heart.
Leave me be, Kinslayer.
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and 4 days minimum to make the journey to the Circle Tower.
I don't even know that. That's quite impressive.
Thank you, Great Lady. But am I right in guessing you haven't left Orzammar yet? Tell the Circle I wish to study there. I know they don't normally admit anyone without magical aptitude, but I could bring much as a student of magical history. I'll do whatever they want. Scrub floors, mend clothes, if they just let me sit quietly at the back of the classroom. Here in Orzammar, we're surrounded by stone and tradition and more stone. Nothing ever changes. But to break every natural law by thinking about it, to dream and walk in a realm where everything you think comes true, I can't imagine anything more wonderful. I'll be waiting.
You remind me of Lady Cecilie.
Who?
She was an Orlesian lady. My mother served her until she died, and Lady Cecilie let me stay instead of turning me out on the street. You are like her in some ways. You have the same poise, the same air of nobility.
Oh, child, I am hardly noble.
I learned that nobility isn't just something you are born with. I have met nobles who are very petty and mean, complete degenerates. Then, there are people with a certain dignity and grace. It draws you to them, no matter who you are or who they are. I think the lowest peasant can have the most noble spirit, and it will always shine through. It is this nobility of spirit that you share with Cecilie.
Why, thank you, Leliana. It is very kind of you to say that. Don't kill each other in the arena, do they? I mean, why would anyone find that entertaining?
This is so exciting.
Good day to you.
You have a barbed tongue, Morrigan. Why do you treat others in this way?
I owe you no explanation. There is no writing on my forehead that says, "Please, guide me."
You are traveling with these people. It behooves you to be civil.
You were too transparent, old woman. Do not bring up our companions when all you wish is for me to be civil to you. I am not one of your circle apprentices, to hang on your every word. I'm not Alistair, who sees in you a surrogate mother.
No, it is obvious you are nothing like Alistair.
Take your lectures elsewhere. They mean nothing to me.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
You get out of here. This is private business. Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen. Are you going to make your donation to the Stranger Safety Fund? Or do I have to show you how dangerous Orzammar is? You know what? I'm thinking I do. More enemies ahead!
Must have victory.
No quarter shall be given! No better than to cross the Carta!
Oh, this should be good.
Very well.
You will learn to fear me.
What have you done? Great ancestors, he's dead! In my store. I have to get out of here. I have to hide. Jarvia will hunt me down for this. She's a monster, plain and simple. The Carta used to prey only on their own kind, but since Jarvia stepped in, they even dare the upper city. Whoever takes the throne had better root out the whole nest of them. That Carta's worse than a pack of cave rats. A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable. Their births are abominations. They were born from no Kalna, with no acknowledgement by the Shapers. They are destined to be criminals. Actually, we shouldn't be talking here. I need to run.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive? Vast halls carved from the stone of the mountain, lined with the chiseled marble figures of paragons, so fine as to mirror life itself. Soaring ceilings grand enough to make any man forget the sky and the sun, and to question the reason for their existence. I have heard of these things and more, but none prepared me for what I have seen here. It is marvelous.
What do you wish of me? We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will.
What's on your mind? It is no trouble.
One day the Paragon Branca will return. Oh, and on that day...
I miss old Endrin. He was a good...
The great Paragon Branca will never return.
Have you seen my lunch? It is a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Right. Best in the trade, you know. I work the Orm myself. Have you seen my lunch? It is a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Right. Best in the trade, you know. I work the Orm myself.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
Have you seen my lunch? It is a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Right. Best in the trade, you know. I work the Orm myself.
Ancestors guide your steps, Warden.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled. I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than I can say for that useless sod. Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Branka. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino. All Mino's son said was how unlikely it was that a bunch of Smiths would return safely from the deep roads. Which is true. Ancestors preserve us. That's what the warrior caste is for. But Ogren claimed it was an insult to a paragon. Next thing, they're in a duel to first blood to defend Branka's honor. Then Ogren starts screaming and runs him through. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the deep roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith, and Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation. Chasing some old treasure, she was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branka, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the deep roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching. She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep roads and abandoned him. Did you see any guardsmen? Tell them Ogren was at it again.
I did not expect to see you again.
I have heard nothing from House Ayduken. Please don't forget us, my lord. What could be more important than your son?
Questions arise. Regarding Lord Balin's impending marriage to a Catholic.
If you're looking for Lord Dulan Forender, you'll find him at Tapstones.
These are the personal apartments of High General Lord Harrowmont. No visitors are allowed at this time.
Don't talk to me, exile. Your brother Trian was my friend.
Of the hour! 3 more clans in North Harrowmont.
I did not expect to see you again.
sometimes so hard to believe that you have been through so much at such a young age.
I think I look younger than I am.
Yes, that is.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me? Nor I you, but it's pretty obvious who you're working for. So I take it you weren't sent here to find out if I withdrew from the Proving. In that case, never mind. Don't think there's anything you can say to shame me that I haven't already told myself.
My lord Idukan, we heard you were dead. What are you doing here? Then I won't take another moment of your time. If you are looking to pay your respects, though, your brother called a proving to honor your father's memory. Would you like to take part? You've got a little time then. We won't be starting until everyone's ready. We have nothing to talk about, Warden. I have
Enemies approaching!
Knew this shit.
As you say. Very well. As you say. Watch out! Shall be done. For the fool, man!
You looking at something?
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor me today. I bet he did. That man thinks nothing is beneath him. Well, you could just tell him I had my reasons. It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source Lord Harriman's already given up the throne. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes. Exactly. I'd back Harriman as he asked, but if he's giving up, I won't sacrifice my family so he can retire with dignity. Oh? And where did you hear this that's more reliable than a member of the Assembly? Your Highness, I didn't recognize you. I mean, now it's obvious, but you have the look of your father. But who would watch for such a thing? Do you truly mean Lord Harriman wants the throne? And you'll help him take it? Then I can do no less. Maybe I will at that.
Don't take it personally. Hana-shan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone. They're an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor. I am Farinden. I serve as Hana-shan's trainer and translator. As a Silent Sister, Hana-shan cut out her tongue like the ancient paragon Astith the Grey. As you might imagine, she requires my services for more mundane tasks. The Silent Sisters support the sitting king. They are loyal servants to the Aidukans. Your bravado is meaningless. When a Silent Sister fights, she doesn't do it with words. If you would back up your claims, enter the proving. The ancestors will show who they think is worthy.
Remove this intruder. Guards, remove this intruder. If you're looking for seats, speak with a guardsman.
Good day to you.
Have you given thought to perhaps prolonging your life by forcing another spirit into your service?
Of course not.
I would. Of course, I am still young, beautiful, and my life is my own, while you are bound to that circle. I wonder why I asked. It would be a silly thing, prolonging your life. A waste.
Think what you will, Morrigan. When the end comes, I will go gladly to my rest, proud of my achievements. While you will see how empty your life was. You will realize that because you never had love for others, you never received love in return. And you will die alone and unmourned.
You speak of meaningless things. I need no one to mourn me, old woman.
More's the pity.
Yes, Warden. What is it? You said as much. Take it to the assembly in the Diamond Quarter. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Yes, you should.
Your Highness, you live. We heard what happened. It was an injustice. My master is writing another book about the Idukans. He believes that Prince Balin set you up. My master has not forgotten how you defended him from Brunton Volney. May Orzammar be kinder to you than the last time you walked the roads.
If only you had come in less trouble.
Fair journeys, Warden.
My men have scouted the tower. It's a mess, but the abominations are gone. You are very thorough. I'm impressed. And I am thankful you arrived when you did. In no time? Doubtful. But it doesn't hurt to be optimistic sometimes. I shan't keep you then. Farewell.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad to learn that the Circle is well on its way to recovery. Orzammar, indeed. You have piqued my curiosity. It is common knowledge that dwarves lack the aptitude for spellcraft. She will never be able to weave the simplest magic, no matter how hard she tries. Fascinating. I suppose the Circle should be flattered. I cannot deny anyone, dwarf or human, the chance to learn. Knowledge should not be withheld from those who seek it. Tell Dagna of Orzammar that this path will not be easy, but if she chooses it, then she is welcome here at the Circle. She will live and study with the Tranquil, and perhaps the apprentices, when it is appropriate. Ah, if only the circle was in better shape. I fear she may be disappointed when she arrives. This will be interesting. She could tell us much about our dwarven neighbors. Yes, the more I think about it, the more I like the idea. I shall take this as an indication that perhaps things are starting to look up for the circle. Thank you. You've already done much for the circle. Now you must see to your duty as a Grey Warden. I wish you well. Know you will always be welcome here.
You really killed all those abominations? I didn't think it was possible. I thought we'd all die here. I'm sure you need supplies after that. I'm sure you need supplies.
Look at all these people walking their way. It's almost like a little city.
I go where the work is.
Can I interest you in something? I've got the finest selection of previously owned armour and weaponry this side of Val Royeaux. Why pay through the nose for new equipment when you can buy it like new for much, much less? Oh, here and there. Look, that's really not important. The important thing is, it's cheap. And just as good as what you'd find at a smithy. Oh, of course. And remember, everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
About those hunters from Oswin, the Regent strung them up like foxes. He did.
Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
May the ancestors look kindly upon you.
Hello, how can I... Oh, it's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said. Ancestors, bless you. I can't believe it. There hasn't even been a dwarven observer in the circle since Urelden in the 13th century. I need to pack. No, my parents would get suspicious. I need to go. Is there anything I should bring? Books? Tuition? Of course, a reward. I was just bringing some lyrium in from the storeroom. Will that do? I have either a lyrium rune that can be implanted in any weapon, or some of the serum mages use. Which do you want? Here you go. I hope it's enough to thank you. I'll never forget what you did. If you ever go to the circle again, maybe I'll see you there.
Like to buy something, I hope. I want that surface wealth coming back to us, Balin's ascension willing. I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Yes. I swear this is over.
Are you really a Grey Warden?
I'm afraid to walk the commons alone at night.
Back so soon? The proving is not finished. What happened? May the ancestors guide your arm.
You're back. You got more business for me? Of course.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Have you been to the Deep Roads already? May the ancestors guide you.
News of the hour. Is Lord Balin considering a dissolution?
I'm here. What now? No, I don't think so.
Speak.